Welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2026, and I'm back solving yesterday's puzzle from Sunday, April 12th. This is a Sunday-themed puzzle, so we've got the expanded grid and presumably some tricky cluing and some kind of intricate theme. The puzzle is a collaboration by Lance Anfinger and John Kugelman, both experienced constructors. And the puzzle is called Initial Thoughts, which makes me think possibly of initial letters of words or something like that. But I don't see any circled or shaded squares, and so I imagine everything will sort of be self-contained. But we'll have to wait until we dig in to see what's going on in today's puzzle. Or yesterday's puzzle, rather. So let's get right into it and see what's going on. Initial Thoughts. Lance Anfinger, John Kugelman, Sunday, April 12th. Let's see what's going on. Words with Friends, the popular game. Dunderheads, clods, or something like that, almost certainly going to end in an S. Starting point of Diana Nyad's 2013 swim to Florida. I think she went Florida to Cuba. I thought she went in that direction, but possibly Cuba to Florida. Reduced to a pulp, maybe MASH. Actress Chloe Grace Moretz. Oops, I can't spell. There we go. The games, blank. Henry V said the game's afoot, I believe. And then later that, if I'm thinking of the right thing anyway, that sort of later got taken up by various detective stories. I think Sherlock Holmes, maybe? Hercule Poirot? I'm not really sure. Mystery writer question mark. Do we want, like, anonymous? It looks okay. Let's see. Soothing succulent is an aloe plant. Hot woman worth fighting for. And so H-O-T is capitalized here, which makes me think we want what the full version of this is. I'm going to put in the H here. And see if that works out okay. Meanwhile, throwing weapon known in Japanese as a shuriken. Throwing weapon. We want ninja star, maybe? It fits, and the crosses look okay, so I'm going to keep it in. 2010-12's blank spring. Is this Arab Spring between 2010 and 2012? I think that's what we want there. Coronary insert. A stent, possibly? A little sort of plastic tube that they put in to support your artery strength. G-O-T in the ballpark. In the ballpark. So probably again beginning with a G, but I'm going to check some downs quickly, or shortly, and see what we got there. Selena Gomez stars in Only Murders in the Building. Under, poetically, under. Neath, maybe? Like apostrophe neath? That's possible. Trick. It could be the noun or the verb. Not really sure. I'm going to start on the downs and see what we can get. One of a reporter's W questions. The 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why. Where is the only one that fits here. Line of latitude. Question mark. I'll allow it. Yeah, I think so. Latitude in this case not meaning in geography terms, but in terms of permissiveness here. Squishy part of a cat's paw. Cutesily. Toe beans, I think is what we want there. Is this Helen of Troy? Yeah, hot woman worth fighting for. H-O-T. Helen of Troy, I think is what we want. So brooding sort is a hen. Nutty is maybe daft. Frequently, often. 2025 biography subtitled The Man Who Invented Saturday Night Live. Is this Lorne? Nickname for the 6'9" Dallas Cowboys great Ed Jones. Not totally sure, but this looks like Doltz here, and this is going to be an O, so Too Tall, was that his nickname? Sure. What a mess. A sty is a mess. Native Oklahomans. We want presumably the indigenous nation here. And plural, so maybe like that. Osage is the name of the nation, so maybe that's what we want. Kids repeated request. Can I? Like that. Part of UCLA abbreviated, University of California at Los Angeles. So presumably we want the UNIV, University. Abbreviated. Idiot mistakes. Boners maybe? That's one way of saying mistakes. Pear variety, an Anjou pear. Dazzling displays of skill. Master something? That does look like what we want. Utah ski resort is Alta. Linger in the bath is to soak. Roll call response is here. So GOT in the ballpark. Oh, not literally in a baseball stadium, but in the ballpark, in the right area, give or take. GOT, give or take. That's what we want there. A trick is a ruse then. Bad lighting ? If you light a fire with bad intent, you're committing arson. I think that's what they're going after. Contents of a black and white pod. A pod of Oreos, I guess. Tricky. Madre's hermano. Mother's brother is your tío, I think. Your uncle, I guess. Treaty of Ghent is the official close to the War of 1812. Oops, I did not spell that right. There we go. Some 1960s style protests. I think we want lie-ins there, popular in sort of large urban areas, in places like traffic intersections and stuff, or in front of political buildings. Named informally. I don't know what we want there. Madre's baby, then. We want a niño, I guess. A child. Maybe. Unless they want something more specific. Manipulates dishonestly. Not sure. Common Wordle starting word for all those vowels. Maybe this isn't Oreos? Contents of a black and white pod. Possibly not, then. To feel is to sense. A butcher's cut could be a loin, so maybe this is okay. Impossible to read. Perhaps. What sense of read do we want there? Fetter. To fetter is to like bind or to handcuff or something like that. It's blank. Do you know where your children are? It's 10 p.m., I think is what it was. Named informally. I still don't know what that is. Music to a comedian's ears. Probably laugh. A laugh, I guess. Or laughter might be more appropriate, but that's what it is here. Some NSFW texts. Do we want nudes? I mean, texts is a little weird, but maybe. A fragrant compound, an ester. Spicy dips. Hot sauces, maybe? Sauces and dips are not quite the same thing, but people do sometimes use hot sauce as a dip. Excuse me. Fresh cut. Do we want like a haircut or... I'm not sure. Prickly patch. A briar is... Now, do we want this or this? I always screw this up. I think it's this one, but I'm not really sure. Times 2023 Person of the Year. 2023. What was going on in 2023? I don't remember. What about this? Bob Dylan album. B.O.B. This doesn't look right. Something looks off here. But I don't know what. Word before cut or class. Low cut or low class. Crunchy sandwiches for short, maybe BLTs. I should have put the B in. Blank Greiner, inventor and Shark Tank personality. Oh, was that Lori or something? I forget. Takes a little off, so in this case we want the haircut sense of things. Trim. Maybe it's not nudes. What else could it be? In blank, maybe in situ? This does look like Lori then. What else could that possibly be? Oh, I put Tobias instead of Tobin. Okay, so this is okay. Blonde or Blondie? Was that a thing? Named. ID'd? As in, if you're IDing like a suspect or something like that in a case, maybe this is right. Fresh cut, I still don't know. Timed, still don't know. Portuguese wine. Is there something in particular here? Portuguese wine. I don't know. How about this? Hip-hop artists with unintelligible lyrics. What is mumble rappers? I think mumble rap is what that's called, right? Mob wives. M-O-B. I don't know. Big initials in 1990s internet. Do we want AOL, maybe? Looks okay. Casino supervisor. This is not hot sauce. This is it. This is something boss. A pit boss, I think, for casino supervisor. Euro raps. Oh. Maybe not pit boss? Euro raps. What could this be? Pitas? Oh, just the thing that wraps the euro. Okay, got it. Word on either side of tete-a-tete. Like krypton. Is that an inert gas? I think it is. Turkish summit is Mount Ararat. Turkic language is Tatar, I think. Alternative to a Les Paul for short. These are types of guitars. We want the Stradivarius, the Strad. Guitar. Wait. No. Stradivarius is a violin. Stratocaster? I think that's more correct. I'm getting confused between types of instruments. I think we want a Stratocaster. Anyway. Fender. Trading card error. Trading card error. I really don't know. How an urgent text may be written. In all caps, possibly. Not interested. I'll pass, you might say. Head towards bankruptcy. Say. Sink? That might be. Soap film. I'm not positive about sync. Organization founded to fund foreign projects. Is this USAID? Matt of Oppenheimer. Matt Damon? Was he in that? You know, I never saw Oppenheimer. Trading card error. A miscut? Not sure about that. Hot salsas. Spicy dips? Sure. Again, salsa just means sauce, so this is effectively the same conundrum we had before, but fine. Bona fide, possibly. Oh, is this Taylor Swift, Person of the Year? That's fine. Fresh cut. Let's see it. Should know this wine, but I just can't think of it. Council of blank, Counter-Reformation body. Was that the Council of Trent? And this is the Treaty of Ghent. Interesting. I think this end's going to end in an O, isn't it? Bode musically. No, it's not. An A. Madeira, maybe? Arco is the word for bode. Mail order brides. Mob wives. Mail order brides. Yeah, okay. Fresh cut. What? Madeira. No? Oh, a new blonde on blonde? A new do. A fresh cut, a new do. So to go along with the takes a little off trims here. Okay, I still then need to figure out if all this is correct, but let's keep going. Genre for Stevie Ray Vaughan. Blues, I guess. Surround, to enclose. Affect emotionally, to touch. Celebrity chef Di Spirito. I have no clue. Never heard that name. Disappearing from the earth. Perishing? that what we want? Vapes familiarly. E-cigs, e-cigarettes. Is this Rocco Di Spirito? Soap film. Snakes on a Plane. That is a film with the initial soap, not a soap. According to, as per, according to my last email, carne asada, probably sort of South American, Central American dish. A place for Christmas lights. I don't see that. Steinbeck's East of Eden, the novel. Poker in the Olympics. An épée is a blade that pokes in fencing. The Eve. Oh, your Eve, yes, for Christmas lights. King's title in brief. Martin Luther King, in this case. We want a reverend. Basic drumming pattern. Oh, a paradiddle. Wow, that's a fun entry. Don't see that. Never seen that in the grid before. I wonder which of Lenz Enfinger and John Kugelman knows what a paradiddle is. One of the 7 deadly sins is greed. Overly bright and showy. Garish, possibly. Washington or Berlin. Those both are not just cities, but they're people with those last names, and they both have the first name Irving. Diamonds but not clubs. Those are gems. Diamonds are gems. Clubs are not gems. Both suits, but that's not what we're talking about here. Socialite Sedgwick, the supposed inspiration for Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. So it looks like Edie, but I don't remember, actually. Advance in a video game to level up. And then, what a bore. Yeah, so a chemist, Danish chemist's name is Niels Bohr. I'm not sure if he was a Bohr or not, but he certainly made a lot of important discoveries. Primatologist subjects could be apes. Breathers could be lulls in the action. Portuguese greeting is hola. The big game, Texas Hold'em, T-H-E, Texas Hold'em, T-H-E, big game. Position removed by the February Revolution. This is the Tsar of Russia, I believe. Loses emotional control in gamer speak. Oh, what was this word? I don't remember. Dad's deflection. Ask mom. That's funny. A blank Mari method tinying system. Oh, KonMari, I think, is what it's called. Switch positions. On, off? On and off are positions for a light switch. Is that what we want? Hams. Emote. Oh. I would have wanted emotes, but maybe not. Demand from a disgruntled customer. Fix it. Unreliable sort in slang. What is this then? Tilts? A flake. Yes, unreliable sort as a flake. Baywatch actress Eleniak. What was her name? Erica, I think. Drink for two in song. Tea for two and two for tea. Oh, hams, not the verb, but the nouns. Emoters, people who emote. And a fall perennial is an aster, a type of flower. Vegetables rarely cut with a knife. Vegetables rarely cut with a knife. Vegetables. Why don't I see that? Used DoorDash, say, ate in. Peas. Oh, yes, peas. You don't cut peas with a knife. Fine. That was true for me, too. As was I. It does have was in both the clue and the answer. I'm not positive there. We usually don't see that. Storage area, possibly an attic. Reference to cite something. Right on, man. I see. Possibly. Don't worry, boss. No, not I see. As did I. Okay, there we go. I was right to be skeptical. So right on, man, is I dig. Don't worry, boss. I'm on it. Kind of hike. Wage hike is a kind of hike, I suppose. Kidnappers demand. Keep it down. A napper's demand. K-I-D. A napper's demand is keep it down. Dark green is kale, so not a shade of green, but literally a leafy green. That's dark. You're full of baloney. Liar, you might call someone. The office receptionist, not Pam, but Erin in this case. Goals are ends, in the sense that the ends justify the means, that kind of thing. Mild oath, egad. And winning country at the 2022 World Cup is Argentina. We got one section to go here. To fetter. Okay, what about this? To put out again. This is going to be an E. Mild oath, another mild oath. Maybe? AI-powered video hoaxes. Deep fakes, I think, is what we want there. So to fetter, to figuratively fetter, to constrain, is to impede. Impossible to read, perhaps. I don't know. Dazzling displays of skill are master classes. Manipulates dishonestly. So this looks wrong. Oh, black and white pod, not Oreos, but orcas, a pod of whales. Okay. Manipulates dishonestly then is cooks? Like cooks the books, like that? Common world citing word is what? Adieu, I think. Put out again, as in a magazine, is to reissue. In code. If something's in code, it's possible to read, and then this is adieu. Okay, I think this is right. No! We're missing something. Did I misspell something here? Chaz? Alternative to Chuck? That's okay. I'll allow it. Toby and Hen. Well, let's check the theme entries. Anyway, Helen of Troy, H-O-T. Give or take. Oh, this I'm not really sure of. A Nene? Madre's baby? Nene? Blonde on Lions is correct. 10 p.m. I think is going to be correct. Everything down here. BLT's Lori? Maybe not Lori. I'll allow it. Tobin. Nudes. Osages. Hot salsas. Nudo. Briar. Oh, I think it's this actually. Yeah. I should have... Oh, shoot. I should have actually seen that sooner. Let's go through this whole rigmarole again. This is very annoying, New York Times. You should get on this. You should either bring the admire your puzzle thing back, or I don't know. I don't know what to do, but that's very annoying. Anyway, I should have seen this Madeira thing before, because I already was unsure about Briar versus Briar. And I'll have to, I guess, look that up, and I'll put in the video description what the two definitions are there that are confusing me. But Madeira, this is a much more familiar spelling to me, so I should have seen that long ago. And Blonde on Blonde ends up being right as it is, without any modification. So let's take a look at the theme. We've got our initial thoughts are, so in each clue, we've got a word that appears to be part of the phrase but isn't. That first word in each of these clues you have to take as simply an initialism, and then the remainder of the clue actually gives you what you're looking for. So in this case, it seems to say hot woman worth fighting for, but actually the clue itself is woman worth fighting for with initials H-O-T. So we want here Helen of Troy, who was one of the inciting factors in the Trojan War. Here at 28 across, we want not got in the ballpark, but in the ballpark is the clue, in the right area, and G-O-T is for the phrase give or take, which is in the right area, in the ballpark. Then here for a Bob Dylan album. In this case, you could use it both ways, but what we want is a Dylan album that starts with B-O-B, and in this case, it's Blonde on Blonde. Then at 64 across, our middle one of these, we have our M-O-B wives, so not mob wives, but just wives with the initials M-O-B, and in this case we want mail order brides. Here we want not a soap film, but a film with the initials S-O-A-P, in this case Snakes on a Plane. Legendary. And finally, no, not finally, Penultimately, we have a kidnapper's demand. What we actually want is a napper's demand that starts KID, and in this case, it's keep it down. And actually, finally, the big game. No, just we want big game with THE, and it's in this case Texas Hold'em, the poker variant. So that is the theme. Initial thoughts. A good theme, really good idea, and well executed. Good fun clues. And then what else do we have here that is worth looking at? Some fun. I would say pretty light for Sunday, but some fun wordplay things here. Mystery writer for an anonymous writer. Not someone who writes mystery, but someone who kind of is a mystery in that sense. What else? Black and White Pod got me for a while. I assume anything in this sort of vicinity is going to be Oreos, but in this case, not. What else? Poker in the Olympics, a pretty common wordplay for a fencing blade, épée. King's title in brief, very misleading. We don't want a ruler here, but someone named King, Martin Luther King Jr. I got confused with Les Paul, but thankfully before I moved on too long, I figured out that I want a Stratocaster guitar, not a Stradivarius violin. Shows you where my brain's at, I suppose. Ask Mom is fun, not really wordplay. Switch positions is great wordplay here. We don't want the verb to switch positions, but we want positions for a light switch. Washington or Berlin is great misdirection here. We don't want anything to do with the cities, but people with those last names. I don't remember tilts as a slang, but I'm also not much of a gamer, so fine. What else here? Those are all fine. Line of latitude is fun. Again, we don't want anything to do with geography, but here a phrase that could indicate flexibility or permissiveness. Permissivity, is that a word? I'm not sure. I don't know Ed Jones, but Too Tall sounds like a great name for someone who's 6'9". Great nickname. Bad lighting is a fun clue for arson. We have a bunch of paired clues actually. We have Madre's hermano here for tío, and Madre's baby is Nene. I guess I'm not familiar with that. Nene usually is in the puzzle as the Hawaiian goose, but not obviously. And then we have trims at 53 across for takes a little off, and a new do at 45 down. Another paired clues there. What was this? Oh, can I? That's right. And then what else? Mumble rap. It's fun. I'm glad I at least know sort of what that is. Enough to get it in the grid. Oh, we have then our Treaty of Ghent and our Council of Trent. Pretty fun. Like Krypton, misleading because we want not the Superman element, but the noble gas. We have our Turkic language at 70 down, crossing the Turkish summit, Mount Ararat. And hams is tricky because we first of all have to interpret it as sort of overacting, but we want not the verb but the noun here. People who ham in a way, right? What a Boar is fun for Niels Bohr. Dark green is tricky for Kale. Diamonds not clubs is fun for Gem. Yeah, a lot of great and kind of hike too for wage hike is pretty. I'm glad I had enough crosses because that would have got me for sure. So yeah, pretty fun Sunday grid. Hope you enjoyed that solve. I certainly did enjoy this puzzle by Lance Enfinger and John Kugelman. Initial Thoughts it's called, and so it is. And let me know if you enjoyed this by leaving me a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting next, hit that subscribe button. You'll get those notifications. And we'll see you next time, possibly very soon, for my Monday puzzle on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.